Hello, my soul family friends. Sending out love to you from me and my spirit team to you and your spirit team. I meditated this afternoon on a few oracle decks and I pulled cards from them. I would like to share them with you today. And then after that, I am going to pull from a tarot deck. And yeah, here we go. I'm just trying to spread messages of light and love, and maybe some of this you can find helpful. I've found a lot of this helpful to myself. Like I said, I've dove deep into cards, books, and whatnot, trying to find wisdom, to realize the wisdom is here, needs to be brought forth, and I'm aware of blessings and gifts. Some of them are being activated, and I'm able to pick up on how people are feeling around me, how people that I have been close to in the past are feeling. Um, uh, the don't let people tell you you're too sensitive right now, because this is your superpower, being sensitive, and being sensitive to these downloads, you could say, from the spiritual realm, from our guardians, our spirit team, our angels. And I have to say, I've been noticing a lot of synchronistic things, synchronistic numbers. I've been noticing patterns. I'll also pull from one deck and another deck and notice things are very similar. Um, and I find that it is also comforting at the same time to know that a whole bunch of other people are going through very similar things, which I believe is also synchronistic. So look for the synchronicities around you. Um, and don't forget to quiet your mind space and try to meditate for at least 5 to 10 minutes a day. Also, if you're not into meditating, I do find being quiet helps, and maybe just lay or sit there and focus on your breathing if you're new to meditation. Also, what I've found helps for me is it's kind of a trick. It's kind of like a brainwashing of oneself in a good way, though. It's called scripting, and I do it at night. I have a journal by my bed that I will write my dreams when I remember them into, and then right before bed, I will script the all of the I am. I am strong. I am successful. I am grateful for yada, yada, yada. And I try to make it about 5 to 10 minutes, and right before I fall asleep, and then I set it down by my bed. And that has also been helping too. So you can also script before bed. I find that is a good affirming affirmations to do for yourself. You can then read them the next day and meditate on what you scripted. So that's an easy thing for literally anybody can script at night. You write down all of the things that you are, your good qualities, because we are supposed to be standing in our power, enjoying ourselves, and manifesting right now. The I ams, the I am all, because we all are one conscious, brought in by the divine. So here is the first oracle deck that I chose from. I really love this one. It is the Oracle of the In-Between. It is by Dunblazer and Westwood. I'm guessing that's what it says here. Anyways, here we go. The first card that came out was the Guardian card. This is an owl, and the Guardian says, all who have come before you have prepared you for this moment. Kind of like what I was saying the other day. Like, I feel like my whole life is leading up to this moment. And so all that have come before us are preparing us for this moment. And I've this used to be my guest room, and I've turned it into my spiritual sanctuary / spiritual office. I got a desk. I got a lot of stuff going on, books, cards, everything. I've got all of it. Okay, so we'll keep going here. The Guardian says, everywhere we look, there are guardians of our well-being. If we will only see them defenders, protectors, or keepers of our truths, a guardian can be a person, a pet, a spirit, a place, or a thing, and they can be an ideal or a belief. Our guardians challenge and propel us to mine a deeper wisdom and to soar to higher heights of vision, which is where we're headed to, higher heights of vision. Some of these sentinels of our transformation are meant to keep us alive. Some are meant to change our hearts and minds, and still others are sent to us for a time to challenge all we have believed in. They help us witness the untruths we carry. Our guardians offer us knowledge, history, and perspective, and they can help us to discover the courage to find a path that excludes no one and serves everyone. Everyone. The greater of mankind, everyone. Finally, when we have learned the art of receiving unconditional love, again, receiving, divine feminine, of receiving unconditional love, mercy, comfort, or simply help from those that watch over us, we can then take our place of authority and leadership in our world, becoming a guardian to another. Because that's what we're all here to do. We're all here to help the higher good of the consciousness that we are flying into. This golden future, the age of Aquarius, we are here to help with our authentic selves and through self-love and loving other people unconditionally, just like the divine loves us all unconditionally. I just thought that was a beautiful card. The next card goes kind of along with one of the cards that I read out of the Golden Future deck, and I believe that was Mind Control. Well, this one is called Telepathy. Oh, let me get my page here. Telepathy. There are two lovely women on this card, and it looks like they're sharing brainwaves. Okay. So the telepathy card says, the truth blows in the whispers of the wind. All beings communicate in multiple ways, verbally and with sound, through actions and signs, and telepathically. The latter is moving into a fifth dimensional connection, and while humans have always had telepathic communicative ability, culturally, we are awakening to our awareness of our capacity to interface in this way. To communicate telepathically, we use the energy from our heart and our mind to focus on a thought or picture, or to orient its path towards a specific person, or the information is simply present in the consciousness. This is explained by the classic think of a friend just as the phone rings from their call. Prior to picking up the phone, they are sending their energy and intention to communicate with us on a telepathic frequency, and that message is picked up by our intuitive body, and it gets our attention. Everybody has intuition. We just have to work with it. It says the ability to send your energy does not take skill. We do it all the time. Have you ever hurt somebody's feelings and they refuse to tell you about it? You can nonetheless sense it because all of their energy is focusing on what you did to hurt them. This is a form of telepathic communication. This also goes along with words or spells, so be careful about how you talk about yourself, your self-talk in your head. And if it helps, you can correct yourself out loud. Like when I say, today I was like, you know what? I am a badass. I just kept repeating that. Not out loud, but in my brain. And a few times I said it out loud to myself. I'm a badass. You can say whatever you want, just as long as it's positive. Okay. They can nonetheless feel what their energy is because they're focusing on the hurt that you caused them. This is a form of telepathic communication, and it is the conscious reception and interpretation of this information that takes practice over time. We can develop our intuition by firstly becoming aware of the most subtle vibrations. This awareness is obtained through clairsentience, to know or channel energy. Clairaudience is to hear energy, clairvoyance to see energy. The next vital component of telepathy is self-trust. We must learn to trust that the thoughts, ideas, and visions coming to mind are specific communication, and we must begin to recognize the meaning of that communication using our own spiritual language. We can do this by surrendering the attachments we have to the message. The final, most important aspect of using telepathy is self-acceptance. We will fully appreciate who we are, flaws and all, when we become open to others as they are, through compassion without judgment. So that is part of the golden future, or the age of Aquarius, is to have this compassion for ourselves as well as everybody around us. That's the whole point of this. And I find it quite beautiful. And all the synchronicities that are picked up along the way are amazing. I'm noticing numbers, signs, and all kinds of synchronicities. I'll pull from one oracle deck and I notice it's similar from the cards that I pull from another oracle deck. It's literally kind of the same message that I'm getting from everywhere, is slow down, learn how to receive, connect with your higher self, and love yourself, most importantly, because you can't help anybody or love anybody else if you don't have true self-love. I say that, and now I am practicing it. I did not used to practice this, but now I am. I've changed quite a bit. The last year has really refined me as a human being, and I am living most every moment in a very intentional way. I'm even watching what I listen to as far as music and consume on TV. If it's negative, I just won't watch it. If the song is negative, I won't listen to it. Just like sometimes I've gotten oracle decks and I've noticed that they're a little bit on the negative side, I won't use them. Negativity has a way of spreading quicker than positivity. I don't know why. It's a lower vibration, and that's what we're used to. I'm going to make a drawing of this next time, of all the different dimensions, and then the lower frequencies where a lot of people are stuck. There's the middle 3, 4D, and then there's people who are in pure bliss and pure self-love, which are operating on a very high frequency. So the next card that I pulled that I thought was very useful is called Resistance. And this has a horse jumping over a hurdle. He's a very beautiful horse. He's got feathers in his hair. Okay, so we are going to read Resistance. Obstacles are the training sessions for your next big success. A seeker's life is filled with answering a series of questions. Who am I? What is my purpose? Why am I here? What is this? The most expedient way to answer is require the following of our resistance or obstacles laid out in our path. The impediments we experience are not always defined by things that are bad for us. In fact, often our deepest resistance is experienced in connection with the elements or changes that will create prosperity and ease. We resist what will cause the most profound transformation. That's called staying in your comfort zone. So we need to move outside of our comfort zone, and we just need to create prosperity and self-love for ourselves. But I know this is a very difficult thing. I had a difficult time doing self-love. But it just takes practice, like scripting and meditation and being quiet and listening to your inner voice. Your inner voice is not loud. It's not going to shout over a loud song you're listening to. It's not going to shout over a movie you're listening to. It's going to come to you very gently and quietly while you're sitting still. Universe is never pushy. Universe doesn't talk to you in a certain tone. It is a very kind, peaceful inner voice that you will hear. And you will get there by meditation and being quiet. So we need to resist that less. And I'll keep reading. Apathy or harsh attitudes are a signal to the presence of the underlying layers of resistance that exist before a breakthrough can occur. So, like, it's what happens right before this breakthrough happens, and sometimes this is just one last push, and you have to get over this one last hurdle, and sometimes that's the most difficult. You're like, well, I'm already there. Well, if you were already there, you'd be there. So anyways, watch your apathy and harsh attitudes towards yourself too. They're a signal of the present underlying layers of resistance that exist before a breakthrough can occur. They represent the obstacles in perception, belief, bias, or ideal that must change for peace or happiness to reside. The first layer of the aura is physical body energy, called the body double, is where the energy of our habits is kept. The body double is the last layer to change and is connected to the fight or flight response, which is how we all operate when we're in stress. This is a mechanism. When it perceives a threat on any level, it activates the entire body to get to safety. This is why long-held habits seem hard to change. A lot of us have lived our lives in fight or flight. And I noticed that about my life too, that a large portion of it was lived just trying to get to safety. And I feel like I'm in a place in my life where I feel pretty damn safe. I know I'm safe. I know my daughter is safe, and I take comfort in knowing that. And now I'm trying to help the rest of the people feel safe in their body, in their environment. And okay, on subliminal levels, we recognize what is familiar as being good. It is a dynamic that requires one to be wholly sure that they want or need to make a change. Are you contemplating by asking, are you sure you want to, on every level of the mind, body, and spirit? This questioning is the resistance we're talking about. And we often first perceive it unconsciously through our negative thoughts. That's why I say be careful about how you self-talk to yourself. Don't do it in a negative way. If you find yourself falling back into a negative pattern, don't worry. You can always get over this obstacle again by clearing your mind and talking to yourself in a loving way. Talk to yourself how you would a child that you loved. That's what I had to start doing to myself. I have a child and I love her very much, and I had to kind of start talking to myself in a way that I would talk to my child, in a loving way. Treat yourself as your inner child. That's what you are. And some of us need that inner child healing. Okay. By asking, are you sure you want to? On every level, the mind, body, and spirit is questioning. Is this the resistance we are talking about? And often we first perceive it unconsciously through our negative thoughts and feelings about something when we are aware of the obstacle. It is our humor that makes possibility or the need for change evident and easier to facilitate. So, if you try to make something funny or humorous, you're more apt to listen to yourself. So, you are allowed to talk to yourself in a humorous way. You are allowed to joke with yourself. That's okay. That is also a form of positive self-talk. Humor is great. We need more humor, more wholehearted humor. Okay, and the last card of this deck is the ancestors. There's a bunch of it's like old vintage picture frames hanging from a tree with a clock down here. Ancestors. Honoring your ancestors by embracing their history creates your new legacy of wisdom. Our ancestors are evidence of our evolution over time. The changes in experience, condition, belief, and tradition that vary from generation to generation are all spiritual obligations of the collective. Ultimately, it is the desire for each soul to heal, integrate, and transform itself with more intelligent version of its values. Every human born from the greatest generation of Gen Alpha are born with specific skill sets, environments, and purpose. The greatest generation, born in 1901 to 1927, survived 2 world wars and transformed our relationship to war and the value of humanity in general. They also experienced a deep economic shift that would change people's relationship with money and business for decades to come. The Alpha generation, 2010 to 2024, has been born solely in the 21st century, a dominantly digital era. This has already experienced a global pandemic, war, political chaos, and profound earth changes in their earliest years. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. Wow. Oh, I can do this. Okay. When it comes to the spiritual, mental, and emotional capacities and capabilities of these 2 generations, they couldn't be further apart. It is our human perspective, empathy, and sensitivity that manages our relationship to our generational changes. These perspectives were profoundly transformed with the birth of the boomers and civil rights, free love, and creative emotional expression. Music and other cultural arts broke mental, emotional, and spiritual barriers of what was considered appropriate, real, or true, and propagated a huge shift in the collective and their relationship to religion and social biases. These deep shifts in our collective consciousness and cultural traditions, along with our evolved emotional intelligence, mental telepathy, non-religious spirituality, and awakening to the multiverse, render us in a time on the planet like no other. With Gen X, Gen Z, and the only millennials in the helm, humanity is learning to not only survive, but to thrive in a world where all people, belief systems, and the Earth and other galaxies are honored for their contributions to the collective spirit and condition. And it's important to remember that your ancestors were made to overcome their lifetime obstacles, and you were built and nurtured to yours. Because of the way they lived, you have been endowed with the wisdom to create a better future, because that's all what we want for everything, and all of it is to create a better future. And I'll tell you why. The children. If you have a child, this is your most important mission right here. Besides yourself and the divine, is the children. They're going to be our new leaders. They're going to, I could cry because I just love mine so much. The children. The children. I also pulled, these are just quick oracle cards that I got from the Intuit Tarot. This is from the Focus, I think. And then I was talking about being authentic. Well, I pulled one about being your beautiful, authentic self is the greatest contribution you can make to the world. And there's a beautiful little panda. I also pulled one that I thought was awesome. You exist infinitely beyond this universe. We all do. We all exist infinitely beyond this universe. For these little ones here. They're the future. Okay, now this deck is popular. Everybody's seen it. The Sacred Symbols Oracle. I pulled a few cards and I thought they were pretty awesome. So these are quicker to read. This first one I pulled was the Protection card, which also I believe goes along with the guardians because the guardians are protecting us. Protection. You are protected. I know you've gone through a lot of things, but I just want to let you know you are protected now. The things are over. The bad things are over. You are protected. You are safe in all matters of the body, mind, and spirit. Your highest guidance has you covered on all fronts. Do not delay in moving forward. If inquiring about a relationship, situation, or how to proceed, please take this as a sign that you are taken care of and harm to no one will be had. Meditate on this symbol when you feel like you need strength in your energy. This symbol is the Helm of Awe. This is a Norse Viking rune often used when petitioning the gods for protection in battle. So, collective, you are protected. You are safe now. The second card I pulled from this deck, which I thought was pure magic, was magic. Magic. You are a magical being. We are all magic. Time to stop hiding the awe-inspiring abilities you have to connect to the divine. Drawing the pentacle invites you to connect with your personal magic on a deeper level at this time. Working with the phases of the moon in ritual and with herbs, candles, and crystals and spell work are some ways we can connect to our magic of the physical plane and to the etheric realms. Find what suits you best with love and with harm to no one. If you are inquiring about a relationship or situation, take heart. There is something quite special here. Proceed with curiosity and wonder as the situation begins to unfold in the most unique of ways. Meditate on the pentacle when you want to draw in the power of the elements to protect your energy and or sacred space. Magic. The symbol of the pentacle is a Wiccan symbol, amulet, and talisman, often symbolizing the element of earth. It is used for invocation and represents the ability to bring spirit to earth. We all have this ability. We are all magic. We just have to tap into it. Like I said, meditation is the best, but you can start by scripting and you can write out, I am magic. I am magic. I have gifts. Spiritual gifts. And then the next card I pulled is the Good Fortune. This is a nice card. Good fortune. No matter what your query, the universe gives you its blessing. This is also a powerful time for manifesting. So ask now for what you want more in your life of. Don't ask. You say, I am already. Okay? It is granted. Acknowledge the blessings in your life and more will appear. This symbol of blessings, this is a pagan magical symbol for blessings and good fortune. Okay, we only have a few more and then I'll do some tarot. The next card I pulled, which is, this is so synchronistic, is the transformation card, because we're all transforming right now. The butterfly goes through many stages before it becomes the beautiful creature it is. Honor your process and allow your beauty to be seen by all. Wear more colors to help announce the arrival of your exquisite transformation. I like how this is bright orange. Wear more colors. Wear more colors. Be who you are. Attract your soul tribe. Don't hide that light. Meditate on this when you want to call in more beauty, grace, and acceptance during the time of transition. The symbol of the butterfly is a powerful symbol of transformation because they have to get into their chrysalis and they change from a caterpillar into a flying creature. I mean, that's where we're going. We're flying. We're going to be flying creatures. Well, maybe we'll fly. Okay. And then I've been getting travel a lot. And I think a lot of us are going to be traveling. So this card gives you safe travels. A trip, a journey, or even a simple change of scenery is upon you. Meditate on this before you start a new adventure. Move to a new home or take a trip. This symbol of safe passage is a Norse Viking rune for safe passage on land or sea. Also grants protection for those in the air and during astral travel. we can all astral travel. I've been reading a book about lucid dreaming and astral traveling in my dreams. Okay, I have 2 more. We'll get through them quite quickly. This is nature spirits. The elementals, fairies, divas, and other nature spirits request your presence. It is time to venture outside, get into nature, and recharge your batteries with the trees, the grass, the mountains, the desert, the sea. There is a magic that awaits you when you commune with the nature. They want you to go outside. Nature is healing. And this is hard for me right now. I'm living in Colorado, and it's very cold. Normally in the summertime, I go outside and I will lay directly in my yard of weeds. Right on the weeds, right in the dirt. And it feels amazing. I look up to the sun. There's nothing better than nature, and I wish it was warm outside because I am truly a tree hugger. This symbol, the dryad, there's a person in a tree. Dryads are tree spirits and the keepers of earth knowledge. Greek in origin, but worshipped by many, respected on earth and earth-based religions. Okay, we have one more card. And this one I think people will find relief in. This is release. It's a cur pen. It's the knife. You're cutting yourself free, metaphorically speaking. Without delay, cut the cords to any unhealthy or toxic people, places, energy, habits, and beliefs. This is a time to stand in your truth without cutting anyone down in the process. Meditate on this when you want to be the spiritual warrior with love, honor, and compassion. The symbol, the kirpan. The kirpan is a ceremonial dagger carried by baptized Sikhs. It cuts through negative energy and upholds the saint soldier creed that devotes the Sikh religion embrace. So this talks about setting boundaries. Setting boundaries not for just other people, but for yourself as well. You need to set boundaries to people, because I feel like a lot of us are empaths, and a lot of us have given ourselves, our time and energy to other people that have not given in return. Not that I'm saying you should only give of yourself when you're expecting a return, but if you've been giving and giving and giving to people and you never get anything back, just stop that right now. Just stop that. Put yourself first. I had to learn that too, because I'm an empath and I will give and give and give until I am sore, broke, and tired. And so one of the things I had to set boundaries for was my ex and his toxic family. They no longer have access to my energy, and I had to set boundaries with myself and not give away my vital life force energy to people who don't even appreciate it. Don't expect a return, but appreciation is nice, you know. If you're going to help somebody, make sure they appreciate the help, because you can help somebody and they don't always necessarily appreciate it. There's also 2 other cards that I pulled out of my, 3, I'm sorry, they're quick. I pulled them out of, I'll show you the deck. I really like this. I got this, and sometimes I just need, reminders. This is just it's a self-care oracle deck. Oopsie, I dropped one of the cards. Sorry. Okay. All right. So this is an easy oracle deck. They have, we're going to do a reflection, inspiration, and affirmation, and they have all the meanings right here. So the first one we are going to do is affirmation. And here it says, there comes a point when we have to say, I'm here to love my life and to figure out who I am, not who I think I should be. Exactly. Set your intention of the day. What can you do to be your authentic self? And sometimes that's just setting boundaries. Your intention of the day doesn't have to be a big laundry list of intentions. It could just be, I'm going to live my day with more intention. Just slow down, take a breath before you Answer a question. Take a breath before you react to something. I used to have a very reactionary way of dealing with life that did not work. I reacted to everything, not in a good way either. And now I've slowed myself down and I think before I react. It's helped me so much. I feel like such a calmer individual. Yeah, calmer, that's a word. Inspiration. The inspiration card that we have here is, there are days I drop words of comfort on myself like falling leaves and remember that it is enough to be taken care of by myself. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just self-love, self-care. Schedule 15 minutes of your day for a favorite hobby or activity with no objective other than to bring pleasure to yourself. That's it. We are supposed to be having pleasure and fun. Like I said the other day, life is not about just working hard to pay bills. That's not what we're here for. We're here for other things, to enjoy our lives. And I feel like we get caught up in this grind culture where we don't even rest. We don't take time out for ourselves. We don't listen to our higher voice, which is a very quiet voice, which is why you need to sit in silence sometimes and listen to that inner voice. So the next one I have is reflection. For one who finds joy within the self, rests satisfied within the self, and those whose life is dedicated to self-realization, there remains nothing further for that person to accomplish. Just be yourself. Realize who you are. Ask yourself who you are. Ask your spirits to tell you who you are. Ask for guidance. They will help you. They're here to help you. And then it says, how has your quality of life improved since you began your self-care journey? Reflect and celebrate your process. And sometimes we need to write this stuff down so we can actually keep track of how far we've come. Because if I sit down and I think of what I've done in the past year, it's nothing short of magic. I've created a lot of things. I've changed a lot of things about the old belief systems that I've had. I'm going to be 44 in February, and that's a lot of years to have belief systems, and so those are sometimes hard to break. Well, I have to not say hard, because that's also self-talk. I have to say that it was a challenge, and I am getting over this, and I am having more appreciation for myself, and I am slowing down, and I am giving myself time to reflect on the goals and everything that I have accomplished, because that is also another form of self-care, self-love. That's the biggest thing we can do for ourselves. Like that one card says, just pick a thing for 10 minutes and just enjoy it. Yeah. Sorry for the mess of my hair. I'm halfway undoing my dreadlocks so that I can rebraid them in tighter. So I've been wearing a hat all day, so the back of it looks like it was messed up by my cat or something. Anyways, I have a beautiful oracle deck by the Peacock and Serpent, or the Serpent and the Peacock. Anyways, I got it on Etsy. It's great. So I'm just going to do 3 quick cards, and we're going to see what the collective needs to hear. And then I'm going to sign off, folks. And I hope you guys have a beautiful evening. Okay, what are some things that the collective needs to hear advice on here today? First, we got the King of Pentacles, power and control of your material resources. The businessman, successful, rich, taking your power back, taking your power back. Take your power back. Do not give it to other people first. Take it for yourself first. This is a time to be selfish with your time. Give it back to yourself first before you give to other people. You could also be seeking advice or dealing with a financial or other professional. So there is some finances coming in here. This is the King of Pentacles. He knows how to budget. Well, now he doesn't have to budget. He is the master of the coin. All right, let's get another one. What else does the collective need to hear today? What else does the collective need to hear today? Thank you, spirits. Please and thank you. Give us another message, please. Give us another message, please. The Five of Pentacles. Okay, this is fine. This is what we're all getting over right now. We're getting over the fear and the anxiety. This doesn't necessarily have to do with money. The Five of Pentacles is feeling worried and left out in the cold. So this could be a result of a difficult time that you're getting over right now. And I believe that a lot of us are over this. This is something that we've gone over. Like, this is below us now, because this was the first card we pulled. So let's see what the third card is. But I'm getting a message from Spirit saying, this is what is coming to an end. The Five of Pentacles. All right, let's get one more here. What else does the collective need to know? What else does the collective need to know here today, spirits? Oh, that one fell on the floor. Let's get it. Okay. Strength. Here we go. See? Strength, mental fortitude. Now, this can be talking about your bravery, your mental fortitude, your self-worth, your patience, your courage. However, in the traditional Rider-Waite, the Magician has the infinity symbol above his head, and the Strength card has the infinity symbol above her head. What she is doing is not taming that lion. She is the card of alchemy. She is an alchemist. The Strength card is about alchemizing energy. So she's taken this rough, tough lion and she's changed it into love. Notice how they're both wearing rose wreaths. She's got one around her head and her waist, and he's got one around his neck, the red lion. That is an alchemist card. But it also has to do with strength, because alchemy is a very strong way of transmuting energy, which you all have the ability to do. We've been transmuting energy our whole lives. We just need to turn it into something that is usable for us right now. How I took the hate that was being thrown in my direction from my ex and his family, and I took it and I expanded my business. I didn't even know I was alchemizing this hate back into self-love is what I did. I alchemized that hate into self-love and expanded my business. And now I'm creating another YouTube channel. Anyways, it's just some messages I wanted to share. Sorry this went a little bit over, but I hope you enjoy it, and I look forward to talking to you again. Also, much self-love, okay? Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the flip side.